What you're seeing here is a screen capture video using the Microsoft Windows 11 snipping tool that I do believe is going to solve my problem of poor image quality when I go out to do deep sky and planetary imaging out in the observatory. It's a feature I just recently discovered. I believe it actually was on Windows 10. I just didn't realize it at the time because I had been using a handheld camera for such a long period of time to record images. Most of it, of course, with the Rev 2 system, which doesn't have the inherent capabilities of something like a laptop to be able to capture both sound and moving imagery. So you're seeing this now because I want to record the steps I need to take in the future to capture real-time imaging using the ZWO imaging camera and the ASI Studio software. Yeah, I just snipped on the ASI or clicked on the ASI Studio software. And what comes up is this initial menuing screen, which includes advertisements for ASI ZWO camera. But anyway, let's move on. What we have are various options on the screen, including ASI Cap, which just captures planetary images of very short stacking times and recording times. There's also an ASI video stack, so as you capture these, I do believe you can then use the ASI video stack feature in the ASI Studio to stack planetary imaging, to clean them up because of atmospherics. Now, the one I tend to use for planetary is just ASI Cap. I do not do the stacking because I'm doing real-time imaging, as close approximation as I can get to it. What I do for deep sky imaging is ASI imaging, and that allows me to do deep sky imaging, but it does reiteratively capture the same scene and uses triangulation on star fields in order to do a real-time version of stacking. So give me a moment and we will open it up. So if I press the open button on ASI image, we get the screen. You can see it before us. One thing is I am not connected to the ZWO camera. What I would ordinarily have to do is that if I were connected and it were powered up, it would display the ZWO camera here, and then I would have to press this button right here to activate it. And since I would be operating in deep sky imaging mode, ASI, I believe it was ASI image, I would see the resolution of the camera, the gain, the exposure time, default, and some kind of a bin to save the imaging in, which is interesting in itself, except it probably wouldn't include commentary, and the temperature of the ZWO camera. I usually leave it in preview mode and select continuous, which it won't change right now. Activation is grayed out. The location of the path for the file that it might save it at would be right here. You can see it. However, I will be saving it using this stacking video inherent to the Windows 11 snipping tool. You would see the histogram here after the first pass. You would then adjust the lower bounds and the upper bounds of the light curve to get the best image on the screen. And the big difference would be I would not have to use a handheld camera on a mount typically to image the screen. And the reason why I'm even exploring all of this is the fact that this particular laptop suffers from off-axis image degradation. So I spent an entire evening imaging the galaxies in the NGC 3000 series, a few choice ones, and nothing showed up really because the contrast on the screen was so poor. So that now that I've given you this little tour of accessing, I'm going to go ahead and close out. And then hopefully I will be able to show you a little bit more about how to configure the snipping tool so it'll put it in a designated folder where you can snatch everything and then pass it over to Windows Movie Maker, which I think, after surveying 5 or 6 other video movie making software, is the easiest from the point of view of the ergonomics of actually interfacing with it. So we'll close this baby out. See the access to the various functions of very robust ASI Studio. There's ASI Deep Stack, which, like ASI Video Stack, you have to use offline. I'm not sure about Fits View. I haven't played with it yet, and I certainly haven't played with ASI Meteor Cap, but you would probably have to have a small wide field imaging system to capture meteors. So let's be done now. I am going to pause out and save